Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine and busy in fulfilling your daily requirements. Seriously, we humans have many necessities. We need food to eat, beautiful house to live in, nice clothes to wear. But have you ever noticed from where do we get these clothes which are worn by various people of different countries? Some will say yes, but some will say no. No worries. We will learn today how clothes are made. So the name of the chapter is Fiber to Fabric. Before moving on, let us learn the meaning of these two words. Fiber. Fiber is a single strand of a substance. It is a strand of a substance. And fabric is the piece of the cloth material which we go to the market and bring to our homes from the shops. Let us discuss in some detail. See, these are the strands of any substance, you can say. These are the fibers. When these fibers, they get interlocked with each other or they get united, joined with each other, then they form the long length of the yarn. We call this yarn, this long length of the fibers. These are the fibers, they get interlocked with each other and form a long length of fiber which we call as yarn. When two or more than two yarns, they are twisted tightly around each other like this, then they form the thread, dhaga, which we usually see in our homes. And then from these threads, with the help of various machines, fabric or a piece of cloth has been made. Then from this piece of cloth or the fabric, many beautiful dresses like the frock, t-shirts, night suit, etc. they are get ready. Clear? Let us have a look again. We have the fibers. Fibers, they interlock together and get much longer in their length, and we call those yarn. Then the yarn twist around each other, many yarns twist around each other, two or more, they form the threads, dhage. Then from the thread, fabric is made. Then from the fabric, a variety of the clothes are getting ready. So now we will discuss about the sources of the fiber, means हमें fibers कहाँ से मिलते हैं. We get fibers either from the nature or we can self-make them. When we get fibers from the nature, we call them the natural fibers, and when we self-made them, means the humans made the fibers, we call the fibers man-made fibers or synthetic fibers. Fine. See, what is present in the nature? Animals and the plants, obviously. So we will get the natural fibers from plants or the animals. Let us have the examples of these two types of the fibers. First is plant fibers. The examples of plant fibers are like cotton, jute, hemp, flax, etc. First is cotton fiber. We get the cotton fiber from the fruit of the cotton plant, which is a green colored ball. When it gets matured, it splits open and exposing the cotton fiber along with the seeds in it. And we get the jute fiber from the stem of the jute plant. Basically, the plant fibers, they have the basic material in the plant fiber. They are made up of the cellulose, as it is the structure material in the plants. And if we talk about the animal fibers, the examples of these are leather, which we get from the skin of these animals, then wool and silk. And the animal fibers, they are made up of the proteins which form the major part of the animal's body. Now come to the man-made or synthetic fibers. Man-made or synthetic fibers, they made by the chemical processes which is done in the labs or the industries. For example, nylon, rayon, polyester. In spite of these, we also use the natural fibers as the raw material to make the synthetic fibers, for example, cotton, wool. So, in this chapter, mainly we will talk about the animal fibers. Now we already know what are the animal fibers. The fibers which we get from the animals, whether from the animal's skin or from the animal's hair, they are called the animal fibers. Mainly we will talk about how we get woolen cloth and how will we get silk cloth. We will not only get the woolen cloth from the hair or fleece of the sheep only, but also some other animals like yak, goat, camel, etc. From their hair also we will make the woolen cloth. And also we will discuss that how we get the silk cloth from the cocoon of the silkworm. So let us do the formation of the woolen cloth and the silk cloth in detail.